Now, I talk a lot about compound circles, and also you might hear about the idea of sort of making different kinds of flower patterns with the poi. The flowers typically are different kinds of compound circles. So, and it takes a long time to sort of really be able to do compound circles, but what a compound circle means, and the reason I got into this, the flowers are beautiful, like the patterns you can make are beautiful, but basically what I want is freedom of movement. I don't want to have to jump from one pattern to another pattern to another pattern. I don't want to be trapped in sort of, how many patterns I can do. I want to be able to just be totally free. I want to be able to move my arms any way I feel like. Maybe I want to be, like the flamenco dancer, whatever, or maybe I want to be a, whatever character I want to play. So I might want to just open my arms, or raise one up and one down, or circle them forwards like I'm going to go that way, or circle them backwards like I'm going to go this way. Or maybe I want to move them both like that, or both like that. I want to be able to do anything I want with my arms. I want to be able to express any way I want to, anything I want to do. But if you can't, say, spin your poi forwards, rotate your arm backwards, suddenly you've got a pretty big limitation that way. If there's ways your arms can't, there's ways that your arms can't move in relation to how your poi are moving, you're going to be very limited. So what occurred to me was that, well, what are the basic ways my arms can move in relation to each other? And what are the basic ways my poi can move in relation to each other? And what are all the different kinds of patterns those make? So basically I figured, okay, well, let's say there's 8 different ways, forward together, forward split time, backward together, backward split time, etc. My arms can do that, my poi can do that. So I can say, take my poi, forward split time, and my arms can also move forward split time. And that makes a certain pattern, especially if you're using light or fire. That makes sort of a beautiful flower with big petals. And I can do 8 passes as I go around, or I can do 4 passes. Depends on how many petals I want. But I can also say, move my arms backwards as my poi spin forwards. And that makes a different pattern. If the flower pattern will have longer, skinnier petals if I'm circling my arms backwards while my poi go forwards. And this one's harder because it's anti-spin. Or I might do arms in opposite directions while my poi go forwards. Or the other opposite direction while my poi go forwards. This takes a lot of work. Because at first your planes are going to be all over the place. So at first you might do, one up, one down. And the other up, the other down. And then you do one forwards, one back. Or the other forwards, the other back. You slowly start to explore your space. Or you might just slowly start here, where you're kind of swinging your arms in slow motion, trying to keep your plane straight, until you can open this way and open this way. That's the first step. But it's great, because you're performing, or you're dancing. It means suddenly, all of a sudden, you can just open your arms, and then come back into nice planes, so you don't lose your control. Or you can open this way. And eventually you get to link this to this to this to that. So you start to be able to go through a full circle. And then eventually you start being able to do that in reverse. And eventually you can do it, you can turn and link them in any way you want. So you can do say, poi opposites, arms same direction, or arms also opposites, or the other opposites. Or you can do, if you come onto in front of you, I can circle my arms can circle same direction together while my poi go clockwise split time. Or my arms can go counterclockwise together while my poi go clockwise split time. Or my poi and my arms can go together, but my arms are going counterclockwise, my poi are going clockwise. Or they're both going clockwise. Or I can do, say, split time opposites with my poi. Arms going counterclockwise together, or clockwise together, or opposites, or the other opposites. So the idea is that you just and basically once you can do any of those, there's 8 with both in any combination, you're basically giving yourself the ability to combine any basic type of movement between your arms and your poi. And once you can do that, you kind of get an overall ability. You sort of unlocked a lot of locks, so you can start dancing fairly freely in general. So you can move your arms any way you want to move your arms. And that's, you start having an overall control of your planes. So you start being able to do, all kinds of stuff. And everything gets a little easier. You can do anything anywhere because you've kind of got that control of your planes and your basic motor skills. So that's why I call it kind of a yoga for your brain. Okay, but a good example, let's do this.